YouTube? Rider Zero here today with a new review. It's going to be done a little differently this time because what we're going to be reviewing is hard to maneuver the way that I normally do reviews. If you've seen my good friends Shukun Shinobi or Dawson or any of those guys review this piece, then you know what I'm talking about because it's quite the large and um, cumbersome piece to review, holding it out in front of you like this. So we're going to do it this way today, so you get me for the review. Sorry about that. But we're going to be looking at the Birth Buster. And me. We're gonna, like I said, we're going to be looking at the Birth Buster. Just got this in a few days ago from Ami. And it's a fantastic piece that I'm excited to review for you guys because I absolutely love this piece. And the mirror thing is messing me up. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the box real quick. Just a nice shot there on the front of the actual Buster. Birth there, the 3 cell medals that it comes with. Does come with the Ebi, the Zo, and the Sai cell medals. And then there on the bottom shows kind of like the action of what the actual Buster can do. Take a look at this side here. Nice shot of the Buster, cell burst mode. That Birth is actually holding there, the medals. Take a look at the other side. Pretty much the same deal, except he's holding it in the regular mode this time. And then on the back of it, it's a better shot there of the action that it does, which we will go into detail on soon. Shows you kind of how to operate it. Wait, that's the wrong way. It's this one. That the cell medals load in there. Put it on right there. Wow, this mirror thing is really messing me up. And then they shoot and drop back down into the chamber there. And then, you know, there's Birth being all birthy and shooting stuff. And then showing the cell burst mode, which is like his scanning charge, basically. Nothing important on the bottom. And then on the top there, you get another shot of the of Birth holding the Buster, the medals, and another shot of Birth. So that's enough about the box. I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Buster itself. Like I said, it's a fantastic piece. If you can find it, I highly recommend it already. And I'm going to go ahead and say that before we even get into the review because it's just a really, really fun toy. Taking a look at the details, this I guess would be considered the back side because you can obviously see all the screw holes and whatnot. However, you know, I think it looks pretty close to the one on the show. It's very, very large. In fact, it's probably the largest weapon from any of the Kamen Rider shows that I currently have. You know, it's almost as big as the engine blade from Kamen Rider Double, which that's a tiny piece anyway, but whatever. You can see the on-off switch right there. Still keeping the Gashapon motif there. And then the gold line that runs all the way through it up here kind of shows the action that the medals take as you play with the toy. The battery door is here, as with all of the Rider toys. You push the pin, open the door, whatever. There's the top of the gun. This is where you initially load in the medals from the clip, I guess we'll call it right here. And then here is the front of the gun. Here is the speaker for all sounds. And it pretty much looks like the back, just with less screw holes. But overall, it's very nicely molded. I really, really like the gun. It's probably my favorite piece right now, except for the O's driver that I have from O's. Just because it's so damn much fun. We'll take a look real quick at the clip, which doubles as a barrel once you load it on there. Total brain fart. So yeah, once you load it on, you know, you get the little Gatling gun looking barrel there. The top of it here, this little door is pushed back depending on which way you load it in there. And then it's got a little release button here to release it from wherever you have it clipped into on the gun. You load the medals into here. And before we do that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the actual medals real quick. Starting with the Ebi medal. Hope you can see that. And then you get the Zo medal. Cell medal, I should say. Oh, that mirror thing is really screwy. And then you get the Sai medal. Cell medal. So, yeah, my cell medal collection is getting pretty up there now. And just because I have it nearby, take a look at them in the scanner real quick. Again. So, and that's what you get in the with the scanner from the OOO driver. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at the clip again, how you load them in there. Like I said, little door here on top, you just pull it back, and then you just drop them in. And there you go. It can hold, I think, 7, actually. But then if you do, it kind of messes with the action of it. I've got 6 loaded in there now. You can't really see them all because of the gray piece where the clip is. But you can get a 7th one there on top. But then it kind of restricts it. So just leave it with 6 because that's what it's supposed to do. But anyway, you load the 6 in there. Let go of the door. It holds them in place. And then the fun starts. So we'll go ahead and turn it on here on the on switch there. And I'm going to turn it back around so you guys can hear it a little better. So you get the same little dropping money into the Gashapon machine that you get with the Birth driver. You can make the noise or shoot the gun, and it does make the same firing noise as if you had the cell metals loaded in or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just to get that out of the way. So here's the sounds. No lights, but not a big deal. It's not a huge setback for me. So what you do to load the metals in, you see there it's got a chamber right here. Right there, yeah. You line this up. It'll only go in one way, so no matter how hard you try, it will not go in this way. You line it up here on the track, and then clicks into place, drops all 6 metals here into the chamber, and then you hit the release button here, right here on this side, and it kind of springs itself forward, and then you switch it around, and you load it in here. When you shoot the metals, go ahead and load it on there. Snaps into place again with a nice little snap there. When you shoot the metals, the fun thing about this is the metals actually shoot. They don't come out of the front of the gun because obviously it's molded closed, but they slide on this little track right here on top, which I'll try to demonstrate, but it kind of goes a little too quick for it, but we'll see. So here you go. Did you see it? No, a little too fast. So I'm going to tilt the gun up so the metal will not go all the way through. So I tilt it up there a little bit. So you can see there that the metals slide straight through, and there's a hole on the inside of the gun there, which you can see pretty well. And they just drop down into the clip here at the bottom again. So yeah, I mean, just for that alone, I think it's really cool. But then the fact that you can just kind of, you know, snap it off, flip it back around, snap it back in, and just keep going. Like, when I first got this, I sat there and did that for probably a good 10 minutes solid, just because I just thought that was really cool action. Call it the kid in me or whatever, but whatever. I thought it was cool. So we'll go ahead and just do all the metals in there again, just to get them back into the clip. Like I said, it will, you know, you do get the same noise if you have the clip in there or not. I don't know if it's going to be able to pick up well enough, but on the inside here, no, I don't think it's going to. In here where the metals are housed, as you shoot them, you can kind of see it there. There's a little, basically like a little notch that springs forward every time you pull the trigger, and that's what sends the metal shooting through the front. So that's pretty much it for the basic action, and then you also can load it in on the front here for the cell burst. So we'll do that real quick. So I'm turning around here so you get the cell a little more clear. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can keep doing that noise, and it'll keep going. But, you know, overall, it's a huge gun, and I really, really love this thing. It fits in the hand nicely. You know, I've got, you know, pretty large hands, so, you know, it fits in my hand just fine. It's a lot of fun to play with, just for the simple fact that you get all this, you know, fun little action of loading the metals and flipping the clip back around to, you know, shoot them and then, you know, just do it all over again, or cell burst, whatever you want to do. But like I said, it's a very, very nice weapon. If you can find it, I highly, highly recommend it. I'm really glad that I was talked into picking this up by people who shall remain nameless, but you know who you are, you guilty freaking people. Excuse me. But, you know, overall, if you're a fan of OOOs, especially if you're a fan of Birth or just a fan of Kamen Rider in general, this is a fun weapon. If you've got any metals, pick it up, just because, like, you know, like I said in the review for the driver, It gives you something more to do with the cell medals because, like I said, I personally don't do anything with them now other than play with them in this gun. Of course, in the Birth Driver, but like I said, I can't recommend this enough. It's so much fun. It's probably one of my favorite Rider toys to come out in the last few years. Just for the overall level of fun that I've had with it. And I know I keep saying that, but it's just true. I really, really like this thing. And a little tidbit real quick, if you have the Skull Magnum, the generic, or not the generic, but that is pretty much identical to the Skull Magnum, the noise that it makes. So that makes it even cooler because it matches the sound from the Skull Magnum. And Skull's a badass. You should love Skull. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. It's a simple weapon with simple actions. However, these actions are so much fun that I think this makes this toy a definite pickup. If you can find it in stock anywhere, pick it up because it's a lot of fun, and I can't recommend it enough. I'm really glad that I ended up picking it up. So that's pretty much going to do it. Thanks for watching, as always. I appreciate all of the comments and subscriptions and all that good stuff. Please continue to help and check us out at ridersrangersandrambles.com. And yeah, I think that's going to about do it. So until next time, guys, take care and thanks for watching.